Hello, this is Emma of EmmaLiveYoga, and welcome to this evening stretch class. So maybe you've had a long day, or you've been working, or you feel a bit tired and achy, and you just want to stretch things out, feel better before you relax for the evening, then this is the class for you. So do make sure that you have plenty of space to practice and that you're well hydrated. Do you have any support that you might wish to use? So I'm using a block, for example, or you might need to have a blanket for your knees, anything that will support your body. So come to a comfortable seated position, sit tall, press the palms of the hands together, close the eyes, begin to tune in to the breath, your body, your mind, your emotions. And you begin to feel this acto pratyahara drawing inwards, the fifth limb of yoga. We'll begin with the vibration of Om, taking a breath in. And gently bow the head. And then take a deeper breath in. Exhale and blink the eyes open, releasing the hands. I'm going to come down to semi-supine position for the first part of our evening stretch. So I'm using a brick underneath my head. You might want to use something underneath your head as you come down. Walk the feet to about shoulder distance apart. Open the palms of the hands. Take a long inhale to the collarbones. Exhale out of the mouth. And just feel you can let go. Do this again. Big inhale. Exhale. And as you close the eyes, feeling the body beginning to release into the floor. Feel a settling, a slowing down for this evening stretch. And then inhale, draw the left knee into the belly, take hold of the shin or the back of the thigh. Exhale, either keep the right foot on the floor or slide the right leg all the way out. As we come to Ekapada Apanasana, gentle release through the back and the hip flexors. Know you can do this practice with eyes open or eyes closed, your choice. Nice, steady breathing. And then inhale, bring the right knee in, we change sides. Exhale, left foot to the floor or sliding the left leg all the way out. Few breaths here. Shoulders relaxed, facial muscles relaxed. And squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, gather both knees into the belly, take shins or backs of thighs. Exhale and begin to rock from side to side. Or you can stay static, your choice. Nice and slowly. So if you feel you're going fast, you might be carrying the weight, the speed of the day into your practice. Try and inhale to one side, exhale to the other. That's it, no rush. And from this position, inhale, exhale, bring the right foot to the floor and extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Your leg may be bent, that's okay, just let it be as it is. Inhale. Exhale, take hold of the back of the thigh. You might begin to slide the hands up and down the back of the leg, encouraging and release there. You might keep the knee bent. This feels easy for you. You might slide the right leg all the way out as we get into the hamstrings. Big inhale to the collarbones and just choose where you want to hold the leg. Big exhale. Softening the shoulders, so no strain, no stress. It might be better to hold at the thigh. Few more breaths. And just feel where you're holding on in the body. Know that that usually is where you're holding on, a point in the mind. See where you can soften. Maybe you can soften the knee a little. Good. And then squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, bring both knees in to equalize. Exhale, left foot down, extend out the right leg. Big inhale, very good. Exhale. So same again. See what you need to do. Treating your body with kindness, respect. This is called ahimsa. Part of the first yama, the first limb of yoga, is the first one. Kindness always. Good. So you might stay there. You might stretch the left leg out to see how your lower back feels. Nice and easy. Steady breathing. Evening stretch. Letting go. Good. And choosing a point to hold. Softening, allowing. We'll take one more breath. Good. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, bring both knees in. Exhale, take the knees apart for Ananda Balasana or half laughing baby. So you might extend, take hold of the feet, knees towards the armpits, might be the shins, the calves, or the back of the thighs, wherever feels appropriate. Inhale. Exhale again. You have a choice to stay static, or again, you might rock from side to side. Just see what feels best. As we get into the hips and the groins, we've been driving, sitting, in quite linear movements. Most of our day-to-day movements are, then this can feel challenging, but it's actually good to open up in this way and create some space in the hips and the lower back. If you're enjoying this stretch, you can stay here. If it feels too much, you can always hug the knees in. You want to make it a bit deeper, you might bring the left foot to the floor, left arm out to the side, or even slide the left leg all the way out. Big inhale, big exhale. So taking an appropriate choice. Listen to where your hips are this evening. What do they need? What don't they need? Good. If you've taken that extra stretch, inhale, bring it all back in. Exhale again, option to bring knees together if it's getting a bit too intense, or you can repeat, or you can extend out, your choice. Big inhale, big exhale. Wherever you are, just stay with the breath, whatever the body's doing or not doing. No judgment, just stay with the breath. Good. From this position, inhale again, squeeze the pelvic floor. If you need to bring the legs back in, do so. Exhale, float the ankles up towards the ceiling for Viparita Karani. This feels demanding. You might just kind of rock towards yourself with the knees and then bring the hands underneath the sitting bones. Maybe soften the knees, jiggle out the ankles. Or you can open the palms if floating the feet up feels accessible to you. Good, feeling the stretch and release. One more breath. Reversal of the day's energies with the feet in the air. Good, and then inhale, gather both knees in. Exhale, just roll over to one side. And then inhale, press yourself up to a seated position. And exhale as you arrive there. So as you arrive there, from here, just bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. You can always support the thighs with cushions if you have them. From this position, inhale, lift the chest, so elbows stay in. Good. Lift the chest. You can hold the shins or the ankles or the feet. Exhale, and just hinge forward until you feel a stretch. You might take the option of opening the feet and just feel how that opens the hips also. Good. Not easy, but we keep breathing. Good. Breathe in, feeling. So focusing on opening out the hips, down the lower back, and then elbows squeeze in. That's it. Good. Few more breaths. And squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale to come up. Exhale, and just gather the knees in. Just kind of have a self hug, chin towards the chest. I'm just closing my hips after all the openness. Might have a little rock from side to side. And then from here, come through to an all-fours position. Just pop your support to one side. You've been using it. From here, take the hands as wide as the mat. Spread out the fingers. Inhale. Tuck the toes. Exhale and walk the feet as wide as the mat. So come into a wide angle downward dog to stretch everything out. If it feels too much, now you can keep your knees down. Lengthening. Feeling all those areas in need of a stretch. The head dangle. You might introduce a sway from side to side through the hips, through the sitting bones. Feel how that takes you into the calf muscles. A bit more into the shoulders. A few more breaths. And then inhale as you come to center. Exhale. From this position, inhale, walk the feet back in. Exhale, bring the knees down, release the toes. Inhale as we come to Virasana. Exhale or thunderbolt pose. If you need to be in a high kneeling position or the sitting bones, that's fine. Let's take a moment here to ground and bring the back into neutral. And then from this position, inhale, bring the hands forward. Exhale, begin to thread the needle to release the shoulders. Inhale, press into the right hand as you float the left arm up. Exhale as you thread through. So you might thread just the forearm and just look down. You might continue to thread the arm through, bring the head to the floor or even to a brick or a block. Inhale. Exhale, take the fingertips of the right hand forward. You straighten out the arm and steeple the fingertips as we come into that stretch. Breathing. And feeling heavy through that left shoulder. Gently draw the right hip back and it will want to go, drift to the right side. So gently draw it back. Another option here on the exhale, do this carefully, use the fingertips, is to tuck the toes of the right foot and just to stretch that leg back if you want an extra stretch. One more breath. Good. We've taken that extra option. Inhale, bring the right knee in. Exhale, slide the right hand back in front of the face. Inhale, press to unthread the needle. And exhale, pause there. Inhale. Exhale, just sway the hips from side to side for comfort. And we'll change sides. Inhale, press into the left hand, float the right arm up. Exhale, and again, remember your options for threading through. Any dizziness, probably wiser to stay higher up. Otherwise, you can come all the way through. And again, steeple the fingers of the left hand. Press weight into the shoulder so you're not too top heavy. Gently draw the left hip back as you breathe. And again, you have the option of stepping the left leg back, tucking the toes under for an extra release. Try not to hitch the hip up. Try to keep it long, the hips level. One more breath. Inhale, bring the knee back in if you're stretched out. Exhale, left hand by the face. Inhale to press and unthread the needle. And exhale as you come back to all fours. From this position, inhale. Exhale, cross at the ankles. And then see if you can sit back. Now, as you've crossed, you're going to keep that left ankle in and step the right foot over. So coming to a version of Matsyendrasana or half Lord of the Fishes, you might stay there. You might rock your weight forward and use your brick and then sit back on the brick with the knees stacked. If that bothers your knees, then stay in the first option. Good. Sit tall. So you come into Gomukhasana legs. That feels easy for you. You might sit between the heels. So just see what feels best. So know you can stay here. Another option is to introduce a forward bend. Again, you might use your support here. You might bring your forearms onto your brick. Big inhale as you feel the sternum kind of reach forward. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Again, if that feels easy, you might come further forward. You might take the brick to a lower setting or even all the way to the floor. So just see what feels best. See where you can soften, acknowledging intensity as you breathe into any tight spots. One more breath. And squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, slowly walk this back up, nice and easy. Might feel a bit tender, that's okay. Exhale, and pause as you get to the top. Now from this position, lean back so you can stretch the legs out. Get a few clicks, it's okay. Just circle out the ankles. So continue this even stretch in both directions. Good. And then bring in the left heel in. Exhale, right heel in. Do the opposite side. Stepping over with the left foot. Again, you might just sit tall here, take hold of the shins, feel the release through the hips. Same as before, you might rock forward, kind of stack your knees and sit back on your brick or block. Exhale as you do that. Might be different on this side, so just see. Hips are very rarely symmetrical, so you might need to be higher, you might need to be lower, just see. If you get cramp, then you just stretch your legs out and just ripple out your toes. That can happen sometimes. If you're comfortable, you might sit between the heels, softening the shoulders. You can stay here, or you can introduce a forward bend. You inhale, lean forward. Exhale, support the forearms, relax the head. And take that to whichever setting works for you. If you're using a brick, or you might come all the way down. You might rest your chin onto the top knee. Big inhale, big exhale, softening and releasing. Allowing the back to round. Two more breaths. And squeeze the pelvic floor. Inhale, slowly walking back up. Exhale. Again, from here, lean back so you can accessibly stretch the legs out. From here, scoot your way forward and coming down to semi-supine position once again. From here, we're going to use the brick, not underneath the head, but use it underneath the sitting bones. So as your feet are shoulder distance apart, make sure the toes point forwards. Inhale, press through the heels, send your knees forward so that you can bring your brick or block or cushion underneath your sitting bones and feel that stability. Open the palms of the hands. Just opening out the chest. So you might stay there with the arms down by the sides of the body, palms open. There's some options here. You might bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop apart if you want more of an opening through the groin. That's an option. Another option is to take the arms kind of like cactus arms up around the shoulders. So the elbows are level with the shoulders and the palms are open, just to facilitate an opening through the chest. Most of us, when we're working, we're kind of hunched forward, we're on the phone, we're driving, always that forward motion. So this opening is good for the chest after a busy day. And also allows more space for anahata, the heart space, rather than the mind space. Wherever you are, settling into the breath. Final option here, should you wish, no, you can just stay where you are. is to stretch the legs out. So bring the knees back, stretch the legs out in front of you, and then stretch the arms back behind you. So it's a really full body stretch, but the heart is open. Use the breath to stretch the abdomen, the full length of the body. Two more breaths here. If that's too much, just go to any of the previous options. And then from here, engage the pelvic floor. Inhale, walk the feet back in if you took that option, or bring the knees together if your knees went wide. And then exhale, if you took your arms overhead, just slowly float the palms of the hands down. As you arrive, open the palms of the hands, feel for the heels. So without squeezing the glutes, press really firmly into the heels. That will shift you up off of your block. So then on the next exhale, as you slide it out, and bring the sacrum safely down. Pause there for a moment. And just allow the back time to adjust to being in a tiny back bend. So go back to neutral first. And then inhale, gather the knees in as we come into a forward bend next. Exhale, we're back in Apanasana. Again, you can rock from side to side. And then as you come to center, just gently stretch the legs out as we come into a final rest position. It might be Shavasana, palms open, legs stretched, or you might keep the feet on the floor, or any alternative. As you arrive, close the eyes, take a big inhale, big exhale to let go, entering a restful space. Aware of any changes in your body, your mind, your emotions, the breath. Take a deeper breath in. Exhale, bringing movements to fingers and toes. If you feel you want to rest here longer, just pause the video, stay in Shavasana. Otherwise, inhale, reach the arms back and up once again. Exhale, bending knees and elbows, have a squeeze in. And roll to one side. Pause for a moment. Then on the inhale, press yourself up to comfortable seated position as we close our evening stretch practice. As you arrive, sit tall, lift the heart space, lengthen the spine, press the palms of the hands together. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently bow the head as we give thanks for our health and our practice. And inhale, lift the prayer hands up. Exhaling to the side. Inhale to look up and exhale. Namaste. So thank you for practicing with me this evening. I hope you're feeling nicely stretched out and relaxed. If you enjoyed the class, do hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a class. And know you can find me on Instagram at EmmaLiveYoga for all of my yoga inspiration. Have a great evening.